What is ISO? ISO stands for International Organizational Standardization. Finally, the name doesn't matter that much. What matters is what it actually does. And what it actually does, it actually controls the sensor sensitivity to light of your camera. Pretty much a low ISO number like 100 or 200 that I got right now means that your sensor is less sensitive to light. So a higher number, like let's say, I don't know, 3200 or 6400, means it's very sensitive. Right now I'm just changing the settings for the ISO on my screen, and you can tell how bright or dark it's getting. Don't confuse this with the other settings, but I will make videos about those. So imagine I just covered your eyes, right? And you're in a dark place, right? You're in a tunnel when driving, and then you leave out and oof, see how that happened? That's pretty much the same thing with ISO to your camera. Okay, so one of the main issues with the ISO is that the higher you go, the higher the value, the more grainy and the more digital noise it will be on your video or your photo. So, just have to have that thing in mind. If you want the most sharper image, just lower the ISO. But remember, it's better to have footage that looks somewhat grainy than no footage that looks sharp, or like super dark footage that looks really dark. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so now that you know that if you go too high, it will be too bright or too noisy, too grainy. But if you go too low, it will be too dark. Well, let me tell you how you can use the ISO in different scenarios. Bright day, nice light outside, you can go low. No issues whatsoever, since you already have the light that you need to illuminate your subject or your area. And now let's say it's really dark outside. Well, you may want to, of course, bump it up to 3200, 6400, or who knows, to 12,000. We try our best to stay at least 6400 at the highest. And remember, different cameras may have or may handle ISO completely different. There's a couple things like native ISO and the base ISO. I will explain a little bit later during the video. And if you want to improve the night performance, just get more lighting on your subject or your area. That's something that will definitely help you to keep your ISO low. Nice. And the crazy thing is that you have other tools that you can improve this with, but when you don't have control of your environment, let's say in a concert or an indoor shoot that you really can't add much to it, that's when you of course have to, let's say if you're not making any videos, you're more than good to slower your shutter speed, but remember it will be blurrier. I'll make a whole video about shutter speed later. And there's certain things that you can get away with, such as some noise. There's now different apps that can help you with digital noise, and there's many AI tools that can help you reduce the noise. It doesn't look that bad as long as you don't make it extra. You have to understand that there's limits for things. If you have something really grainy and then you apply a lot of denoise, trust me, it will not look good. It will even look even weirder. It will be better to have noise than no noise if it's that bad. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's this thing called the exposure triangle. I already made a video about it. The point is that you have three things that you can control. You have your aperture, your shutter speed, and your ISO. And you should organize it in that same order. So if it's really dark, open the aperture of your lens as wide as you can, and then you move to slower the shutter speed. And then finally you do the ISO. So ISO is last resort. Quick interruption. I will rather have a grainy subject than a blurry subject, so you may want to prioritize shutter speed actually. But this is an ISO video. Just wanted to give you a heads up. But if you need to get the shot, hey, crank the ISO up. Who's gonna stop you? I'd rather give someone the project with some noise than no project, or just it's too dark. It's sharp, really sharp, but too dark. What's the point? So think about it. Don't break your head about, I can't shoot a high ISO because it will be noisy. Some people like the noise. Those film cameras and all those nice effects, that's noise. People put them after post-production or after post-production. People put it after recording or whatever. So just think about it. Just plan ahead and don't stress about it. Now, I mentioned something about native ISO and base ISO. So what that means is that there's cameras that they have better ISO management, I might say, that might be the right way, than others. Like the Sony cameras are really well known because they are really great at night. They are easily one of the top cameras for night performance, and they go about it simply by having either a small pixel count for the sensors, or pretty much their technology that they use for their cameras. Like the FX3 and the FX30, they are the most famous for that because they are so great at night. Even the A7S3, they are really well known for being night beasts. So something that will help you better to understand is that the native ISO and the base ISO is the two numbers or the two locations where the camera will perform best. Let's say for the R8, I think it's 200 or something, and then 800, meaning that if I'm going darker, let's go to 800 first and then go up from there. I might be wrong, but that's what I understand about the native ISO. But yeah, that's how it goes about the hardware side. So pretty much to end it in the best way possible, ISO controls the sensitivity of your sensor. If you want noise or you can't control the lighting around your surroundings, leave ISO for last. Don't touch it first, okay? Just aperture first, shutter speed, and then ISO. If you're having issues with, let's say, you're in an indoor shooting place and you don't have any lights, do aperture, shutter, ISO. And don't mind having noise in your footage. Like, don't. The regular consumer will not go about, oh my god, it's so noisy, oh, what's that? They will not even know, hey, was that shot in a Canon or a Sony camera or in this lens, this, that? No. They will appreciate the work. It's the creative mindset that gets you there. They will appreciate your creativity more than your equipment or your camera settings. So just go easy about it. Now you know what ISO is. It's just how sensitive your sensor can get to the camera. So hope you like it. Let me know if you have any questions, and have a great one.